Welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Council. I am Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to facilitate this event. We do it every third Tuesday of the month at the Community Center right here on Oroso, across from City Hall. It's free, it's open to the public. We always encourage you to come down and join us. We throw in coffee and pastry, courtesy of Steamworks on US 1. Michael is with us at all of our coffee talk shows, it seems like now. He does a great job, and he is a locally owned small business. And members of our audience include, we got a whole big group from Del Webb today. Thank you for coming out. And Bev and her husband from Ohio, my fellow Buckeyes, are with us, as I appreciate that. But you can come on down too, and if you have questions that you would like to answer, maybe you're a little shy, you don't want to have time for an appointment with the mayor or myself or any other member of council, you can come down to this, and afterwards we are here to answer any of your questions. I'm with Michael Hoffman right now from our sponsor, Florida Blue. Michael, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
And you are the center director. So Florida Blue has a center right here in St. Lucie County. Where's it at?
We're in St. Lucie West inside the Walmart Supercenter right off of 95.
And I hear that you guys are moving into a bigger office at some point, right?
That is the hope, yes.
Yes.
Right now it's on the drawing board, so we're looking forward to that possibility in 2024.
Which is next year. Very good, next year, 2024. So anyway, Michael, Florida Blue, everybody here I'm sure is familiar, is probably the primary provider for Florida, right? It is the most widely accepted insurance for sure in Florida.
Well, in terms of the under 65 Affordable Care Act market, yes, number one. And we've been doing insurance in Florida for 75 years, so it's not like we're just opening up shop and testing the waters and trying to see how things are working out. With a Blue Cross Blue Shield product, you know what you're getting.
Yeah, that's important to mention. It's a Blue Cross Blue Shield product. So I want to get rid of some misnomers. December is open enrollment, right, for insurance, and I had somebody mention to me today they had a pre-existing condition, and I said, wait, that doesn't matter anymore. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah,
that's another benefit of the Affordable Care Act, that doesn't come into play anymore. So we want to make sure that people know that, you know, your health and your income are two of the most important things that you have to deal with. So it would be nice if you had a friend in the industry. Like, you know, when you go get your car done, or you have to go take your child to a doctor's appointment, you like to have people that you're familiar with, that you know, family members or friends. We feel the same way, that if you have an agent who's like a friend of yours, that anytime that you're in the Walmart, you lose your card or you have to change your doctor, whatever the reason, that you have a resource. And that's what we're here for, that, you know, we can be your friend in the industry.
So that brings up another point. I talk about this a lot on our shows and at the chamber, and I am a huge proponent of it. Always, always, always have a local agent. And I do for everything, and for several reasons. So I have a local agent for my homeowner's insurance, my car insurance. I have a local agent for my health insurance. Here's why. If you have a problem, it's your agent's job to assist you through that. And it's nice when you can call somebody locally. I mean, who wants to sit on hold at a 1-800 number if you have an issue? If you have a local agent, you don't have to do that. I've had the same local agent for my business insurance for over 20 years and my homeowners and car insurance for about 15, 20 years as well. They know me by name, and when I say, hey, I just call them up, I say, hi, it's Trissa, can you reshop my homeowners this year? I don't have to go through anything. He has all my information. Same with Florida Blue. If I have a local agent, I can say, hey, Michael, I need a policy that does this. Okay, Trissa, we'll look into it and get back to you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great point. You know, it's not only just about selling. It's about, Florida Blue is, our mission is to help communities and individuals achieve better health. So we want you to leave healthier when you visit our center. So not only are we talking about selling a policy, we're selling a healthier way of life. We're trying to make sure, you know, our centers have community specialists that can help people connect with resources in the community. We have, in our bigger centers, we have nursing staffs where we can do public health assessments for people. So it's about the whole package, about making a community healthier.
Yeah, and working together. And that's the other thing. If I say to him, Michael, this is my doctor, I need a plan that my doctor is included in, and this is what I have to have this year, he can find the perfect plan for me. I don't have to sit there on, the marketplace and try to figure that all out myself. I can just call Michael and say, this is what I need.
Well, you want to make sure, like you said earlier, that you're investing in the person that you're sitting with, and that's what my team does, is that they get to know you as not a number, as a person, and what your needs are specific to your specific case. Like I said, your income and your health are two of the most important things that you're dealing with on a daily basis. So.
Yeah, I see Michael, but my guy is Joshua through Florida Blue, who helps me. So what do they need to know about insurance in the coming year? Anything big? It's probably your rates are going to go up.
Well, you know what?
A little bit,
I think
at
right
least.
now the main message is that it's your time to do it right now, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you know that your window is between now and December 15th to sign up for the 1st of next year. And if you're over 65, you have until December 7th, and that window is going to be closing a little bit sooner. So,
Very shortly, but yeah.
but in actuality, to your point about rates, we actually had a positive adjustment this year in our market. Yeah, so.
Nice. All right, good. So how do they get a hold of you?
Well,
or your team,
You can just call 772-621-8830, and I'll get you right into us, or just stop by the Walmart. We're right in front of the registers in St. Lucie West Walmart.
And you can handle anybody at any age, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Well, I want to thank Florida Blue, Michael Hoffman, and the number one last time, 772-621.
8830.
Perfect. All right, for all your Florida Blue needs. And with that, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Mayor Shannon Martin. Welcome back to Coffee with the PSL Council, and that's the Port St. Lucie Council, and every month we rotate the council members on this show, but of course we are very lucky. This month we have the one, the only, the mayor of the beautiful city of Port St. Lucie, Mayor Shannon Martin.
Good morning. How
Good
you
morning.
doing?
Good. It's very good. I feel like you've done it a couple times with me lately, and I appreciate that. I love
Sure.
having you on the show.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of times, one time we had a last-minute substitution. Somebody may have gotten sick, which happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some people show up, and they were like, I thought it was going to be the mayor.
I know.
I know.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. They get disappointed when you're not here. But the other council members do a great job, too. And I always think it's nice to get to know all of them, right?
Yes.
Because you're all voted on at large.
We are. And
Yeah.
Everyone needs an opportunity to represent and share information.
Yeah, and that's a good point. So in everybody's district, you still get voted on by the entire city. So it's good to get to know all of them, because you're going to have to cast a vote in their race at one time or another.
Yep.
Or at least you should.
You should. Yes.
Everybody here is registered to vote, right? Okay, good. It matters. Local politics matter.
It matters here more than anywhere, to be honest.
It does. It's hard to get people to understand that. As you know, I do a song and dance show. I'm actually going to be at Del Webb. My friends from Del Webb are here, and I'm going to be in Del Webb later on. And I always do like a game show format. It's a Family Feud format, and it has some trivia, local trivia. And boy, we still are a bit of a bedroom community. People are not from here. They leave here to go to work, or they retire here, so they don't know the community as well as you and I might know it. So I often, and it's not just here, it's in our other city too, who's the mayor? Who's your mayor? Oh, that's a stumper sometimes, right? It's so funny.
That's right. It is a stumper.
Right? Oh, we forget that not everybody is involved, with politics here locally. And for me, they always think I just look familiar because we do all these shows.
Right.
But they usually think I work at the bank with their sister-in-law or something, or did you work at FP&L? They can't ever place me. They just know I may have crossed their mind at one time or another.
That's right.
So it's fun, but yeah, I like it. Although I always tell this story, and then we'll get started, I swear. I got my phone stolen not too long ago, and I had to, I got it back. I know.
I can't imagine my phone being stolen.
I
would lose
was
my mind.
in a panic.
I would be in a panic too.
Right? Your whole life is on your phone. Have you heard this story, Jared? Yes, I did not take it well or handle it well. I got to be honest with you. So anyway, my phone got stolen, and I'm in a panic because it's my whole life, right? And I'm at the dollar store, and I said, "Can I please use your phone?" in a panic, at the worst moment in your life. And she says, sure. She's like, "Aren't you Teresa Aronson from the chamber?" And you're like, This is not the, circumstances that you want people to recognize you when you're like having almost a mental breakdown at the
Yep.
Dollar Tree because your phone just got stolen and you're and then it's like the one person that's ever recognized me and actually knew who I was too, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh, okay, yeah. Anyway, long story short, I tracked it.
And you found it.
I got it back from somebody. I did.
Oh, okay.
It was not a good story. My husband was very mad at me, but I did.
You tracked it down without any law enforcement assistance?
Correct.
Wow, you're brave.
I got in serious trouble from my husband because I kept calling him because he can track me. I kept calling him from random people's phone. I'm like, where is it now? He's like, it's over by the Walmart.
Wow.
And then he finally said, stop calling me. I'm not going to tell you anymore where it's at.
My goodness.
Because I just want you to let it go. It's just a phone. And I was like, all right, all right. So I went to my mom's house and got her phone, used it as a beacon. I was like, it's over here.
When there's a will, there's a way, right,
There
Teresa?
is. I did not handle it well. I already said that. I did
Yeah.
not handle it well. I should have just let it go, right? And
But I don't know that I would have let it go either.
really?
But I probably would have called, well, my husband is law enforcement, so I
yeah,
would have
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
that help. but-
Aaron's going to be mad if you don't call him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But-
Well, no, my husband just kept saying, you're done now. Like, let it go.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
oh, you forgot my mom's phone tracks me too. I go running in the house. I'm borrowing your phone.
It's crazy.
I know, it was bad. It was a bad idea. Sorry. I know, I did. But I had help. Anyway, long story. Let's get to the city business.
Okay, let's do
move
that.
on. What do we got going on in the city? It's a great time of year. The holidays are right around the corner.
It is. There's always a lot going on.
Decorations are up.
They are up throughout the city. We have a new vendor this year.
Oh, that's doing the decorations.
Yes. And from what I've seen so far, I like these decorations a lot better than the previous vendor. So we're on a good track right now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so funny because I always love the decorations on my road. I don't know if I'd noticed a difference.
Well, last year's were a little outdated. so
Oh,
to
they
speak.
were?
Yeah, like the garland and some of the ones on the lights, poles and stuff, and some of them weren't working too good. So,
Okay.
but that was the last year with that vendor. We have a new vendor, and
Good.
So far things are going good.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And we have, what kind of festivals going on at the
We
event
have
center?
the Festival of Lights on December 2nd, and our parade every year, like we have. So we'll have a tree lighting ceremony.
Yeah,
That's going to be great.
Very
we'll have the
good.
parade at 6 o'clock. So a
good.
couple other events are going on. We have the Noche Buena event, and that's on December 8th, I believe. And there's a bunch of other events that are going on throughout the month of December.
I can't look at Facebook without seeing the advertisement for the concert of Soul Asylum and,
Yeah, that was the 18th, I think. That was this past weekend.
Oh, it
Soul
was?
Asylum and Sister Hazel.
yeah, it's still on my Facebook. Every
Yeah.
time I pull it up, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
There's a concert.
Yeah.
Good.
They have a bunch of good things coming up concert-wise next year, for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's going positive, I think, in the city right now.
Very positive. Just came back from National League of Cities.
Oh, yeah.
This week, and that was really good. It's always good to go and learn about the different things that cities are doing. They do a lot of mobile workshops, which I really enjoy because I'm very visual, and I like to go out and actually see what other cities are doing, as opposed to just writing it or reading it on paper. Or,
Yeah.
So that was great to be able to get some ideas, especially with regard to how we can marry ideas with our park system to the nature elements that our citizens have said they wanted. Also using our stormwater retention areas and how we could be more interactive with that and use it as a park space. So it's great to be able to see what those other cities are doing and how they've come up with those plans and how they've planned for it from a financial standpoint in order to make decisions here going forward. So that was really good.
The retention, it's funny you mentioned that, the retention, because as you know, commercial projects here in our county, no matter what jurisdiction you're in, you have to have some plan for your retention on your own property. And
Right.
I have seen, you guys did one out in St. Lucie West that you put some benches around
Yep.
and a walkway, and I'm wondering if there's some sort of incentive for the people that are doing retention on their own property to open that up to the public too. That might be helpful too, because I know you are a huge proponent of parks.
I am a huge proponent of parks because it goes to the quality of life that we have in the city. And all these retention areas, they are public land. So it's about high-performing public spaces, highest and best use, for everyone to be able to use and enjoy. And so looking for ways to do that is always a positive in our community.
Yeah, I mean, we have public art, so why can't we have public retention
Absolutely.
on some of these commercial projects?
That's right.
Yeah.
But as always, infrastructure remains top priority. We have several plans that are in process that we're working on right now for under design. Our next, of course, on our half-cent sales tax project list is going to be California, the widening that is under design right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's also intersection improvements under design at Village and Tradition Parkway, Gatlin and Savona, intersection improvements. We're looking at all the different areas where we can extend turn lanes to add more capacity to keep traffic moving.
Yeah.
So infrastructure has been and will continue to be a top priority. And some of the things that we've been talking about, especially with the city managers, it takes a long time for these road projects to get done.
It does, but and people in general, myself included, are impatient, right?
True, but there is truth in the fact that sometimes the designs take longer than we want, because sometimes, because we have to go out to bid, and the engineering companies have other clients, and so sometimes our things take a little bit longer, because sometimes government tends to be put on the back burner.
Yeah, government does slow. It is
So-
slow.
So we're working and seeing how we can work with these companies and work out with the stakeholders and say, listen, this is so important to our city to get these projects done, especially since you have to have funding for design first. Then you have to make sure you have construction funding and leverage all the resources in order to get that construction funding, whether it's coming from DOT or whether it's, like half cent, or whether we just have a general fund project.
Or
So-
even a bond, it's still, you gotta,
or even a bond.
yeah.
And so,
And then the prices change. The process is slow because it's government. You have to be fair, so you have to go out to RFP, and there has
Yep.
to be a length of time for you to complete the RFP, and then there has to be a judgment of the RFP. And in that time, lots
Right.
of things have changed. Price per concrete.
Absolutely, all that plays into it.
Yeah.
But the more effective and efficient we can be, we can get things done sooner. And of course, in this world, we all know how things are costly. So
costly.
It's just a matter of seeing how we can be more effective and efficient and speed up our processes. And so we're looking at ways to do that.
So Village Parkway, we have to make improvements already? I hadn't even been there that long, I feel like.
Yes, there needs to be improvements for bicyclists. It needs to be for pedestrians out there. We do need to look at extending the turn lane from Tradition going north, the left-hand turn lane going north on Village Parkway.
Yeah, towards the hospital and
right.
all that, because there's a lot more down that way.
There's a lot, and out west is the fastest growing portion, so we have to be mindful, and we have to make sure that we're making improvements that are really needed, and where they're going to affect the most amount of people.
My favorite question, how's Port St. Lucie Boulevard coming?
So I'm just going to be straight up blunt about Port St. Lucie Boulevard South, because it's insane to me.
It torches both of us. We both live out that way.
Yes, and I avoid it at all costs. So the first part of the project is controlled by the city. The bigger part is controlled by DOT. The contractor has made several errors. There have been 2 water main breaks. There have been 2 gas line breaks. And DOT, let the project. We will never use that contractor again. I have had several conversations with Public Works about have a conversation with DOT, never again. That project is way overdue. It should have been done by now. It is not done because of all these errors and things that they've done. It is now going to be done in probably by June, most likely. However, we are in the liquidated damages phase with that. That's how far over this project is.
What does that mean?
That means they're paying the city $3,700 a day
Because they're not done.
because they're not done. So every day that they are not done, they are paying the city $3,700. And we'll be paying that at the end. We're going to tally it all up, and that's how much they're going to owe because they're overdue. So for anyone who doesn't think that we hold them accountable, and we just let things go and say, okay, whatever, finish when you're done. That's not the case. We have a contract, and even though DOT is in charge of it, and that contract says they're paying $3,700
Did
a day.
DOT pick the contractor?
Yes.
Okay. So again, out of your control. DOT always
Right.
trumps local
It does,
jurisdiction.
but we try our best to work with them and to, to get changes made and get things done, but sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And then I will say, on the plus side, so we all know that PSL Boulevard South has to be completed down to Becker Road.
Yeah.
And the next section from Alcantara down to
Becker.
Becker was not supposed to be started until 2028 because there's the cycles of design and then right-of-way acquisition and then construction funding. Well, we earmarked $11 million a couple years ago in the hopes that we would be able to get that done sooner. And so DOT has reopened the ability to have reimbursement agreements. So we're fronting a good portion of that money with the $11 million. So they'll start it in 2026
Okay.
as opposed to 2028. And then in the construction year that they were supposed to build it in 2028, they'll reimburse us our money.
Okay. Very good.
So it's
So you'll get it back.
Yes.
Well, it makes sense. How many of you have ever driven on Midway, right? Have you ever, any of you? I know even my Del Webb people have been on Midway Road. You know how it's 4 lanes and you're just cooking along and then all of a sudden, bam, everybody has to get into one? That's the same situation we're going to have out at Port St. Lucie for a while, eventually, if the DOT contractor ever gets done.
Yes, and it'll get done. It's taking a lot longer. But
Yeah.
then the next phase of it's going to start, and we don't want to have construction on that short stretch of road till 2030. I mean, it's just crazy. But the project does cost. These projects, especially when you break them down to segments, they cost a lot of money. So we need to use DOT resources because we never
You
have
do.
enough.
Yeah. Well, I avoid that area like the plague too. I go to the Becker at Verano.
And Gatlin, the interchange is supposed to be done. They're saying December. I'm thinking probably more like January. Just give them a little bit more time because, it never ends right on time.
Yeah.
Same thing with St. Lucie West interchange. They're almost done, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So
We got sidetracked, but we always do that, so that's
Yeah.
fine. Did you bring stuff that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah,
Okay, we should probably do that then. I'm sorry. I got you all sidetracked.
No, that's okay. So one of the things I wanted to share that's really great news that we've been working on for about a year now is our city identity project and branding project. Because we are the 6th largest city now in the state of Florida, closing in on number 5. For those that aren't aware of our population changes over the past 3 years, in 3 years we had 34,802 people move to the city of Port St. Lucie.
Say it again?
34,802 people have moved to the city of Port St. Lucie in the last 3 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that is double the size of the city of Stuart. So we're constantly in this phase of who are we as a city? Who do we want to be? We're growing at this rapid pace. A lot of the growth, like I've mentioned several times, it's baked in. The development rights were given. So we have to manage the old and the new and all the changes that are going to be happening. So our population as of April was 239,653. Well, that was April. So now we're almost in December. And so we are closing in on 250,000.
Yeah. I knew there were 5,000 new
Yep.
houses in the county, and the majority of those
Right.
are in Port
And
St.
so
Lucie.
while we have seen some dip with regard because of the economy and because of the high interest rates, we are kind of holding steady in terms of building permits and that I think that will continuously improve over time, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing in each person's mind. But the reality is we're going to continue to grow. We need to accept it and move forward with it. And so in this identity project, we had a vision and a mission, and we that was outdated, and we said, all right, who do we want to be for the future and how we want to identify ourselves.
And what did we come up with?
So we had the public meeting yesterday. We haven't
Okay.
launched it, but our new brand is Port St. Lucie, the heart of the Treasure Coast. And we
very
chose
nice.
this is going to be our new city logo.
Oh, wow.
Our sandhill crane. We love our sandhill crane. This majestic bird, strong bird.
Absolutely.
So we're moving the city forward. It's in a front-facing position. And if you could see, there's a little Mickey in here. The heart is baked into the wing,
I love that.
right? And
So this is your new logo?
This is our new logo
Are we getting
and our
rid
new
of
brand.
the seal?
The seal is going to be going away.
Wow.
In terms of using it for everything. Obviously,
Okay.
for official documentation and certain things, our city
It'll
seal.
just be the seal. It won't be a logo.
Right, it will be used.
Okay.
But this is the city's new
What does that make
branding
think?
identity. We are the heart of the Treasure Coast.
Love it.
We are the economic engine of the Treasure Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to continue to be. And so we have that, and we have also a little bit of variation that our team with a consultant came up with a couple other iterations of taglines that we're going to be launching.
Very nice.
Yeah, very soon. But I wanted to share that with everybody today because this is how we move forward as an organization, and it's really exciting.
I love it. And you're going with the primary colors. Here
Yep.
locally, a lot of us have primary colors in our logo to sort of be a unified community. So I love that.
We want to be bold because we are bold. We're always forward thinking. We're moving forward at, like I said, at that rapid pace, using data and innovation to drive all of our decision makings in concert with our public engagement that we have with all of our citizens on a regular basis. So we're going to continue on that path, and this is how we move forward as one community.
Very nice. And you guys just decided this then.
Yesterday.
You guys heard it first.
so
We're
you
going
guys
to be
get
the
to hear it
heart of the
first.
Treasure Coast.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I know. I'm excited about it.
Good. Anything else you need to tell us before we?
Just like I said, lots of things going on, lots of projects in the works. We're still on track with our parks, Tradition Regional, and the design for Torino. We're on track with Riverland Paseos. The port is coming along smoothly. We had some delays with regard to FP&L and getting connected for electricity, but that is moving along, and that will be done in the spring. So we're going to have 2 park openings next year, which is going to be huge for the city.
Yes, I'm excited about that. In Torino.
Yep. Improvements there.
Yep, and then we'll finish up the historical center
Yes.
at the Botanical Gardens.
Yes. The
Excited
Historical
about that.
Society. Yep.
Yep. So lots of positive stuff. It's going to be a great year, 2025.
24.
Oh.
We haven't hit 2025
I
yet.
hope I didn't jinx
Don't
us.
rush it. Don't rush it.
Is it really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I never know.
2024 is
My
next.
calendar hasn't told me. My phone hasn't told me yet. This is why I can't live without my phone. My phone hasn't told me what year it's going to be. Sorry about that. All right, it's early. Well, if nothing else, I think we'll head out for our viewers at home, and then we'll do some questions here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And of course, Michael from Steamworks, as always. He is right there on US 1 in Port St. Lucie. He is a locally owned small business. It's a great coffee shop. It's a great atmosphere if you want to hang out. So skip the Starbucks. They're not members of mine, so I'm not worried about it. And go to Steamworks. Go to Steamworks and hang out with Michael. All right. And to Florida Blue. We got to visit with Michael Hoffman earlier, and we're very happy to have had him on the show and that we're moving into some new sponsors for the coming year. So thank you to Florida Blue as well. With that, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you real soon.
Have a great day.